This is Gallifrey Customs and welcome back to my final figure review of the September B&M wave. I decided to save the best till last, and today I will be showing you the brand new Doctor Who B&M Bargains exclusive, the 8th Doctor collector figure set. And yeah, this is my favourite, so I'm super excited to show you all. So as you can see, this is the front of the packaging. This set is out now, so you can go and get this from your local B&Ms. Do go and get it as soon as possible. So yeah, here we go. As you can see, it's the same standard packaging as always. At the bottom it reads the 8th Doctor collector figure set, and it's the 5.5 inch / 14 centimeter scale collector series from Character Options. It is a 5+ set and it is limited edition. It has the TARDIS on the side and the Doctor Who logo at the top. Anyway, let's take a look at the back of the packaging. So here's the back of the packaging. Again, I will pause it and let you read, or I'll let you pause it and read it if you'd like to. It does say on the side, the 8th Doctor in TV movie outfit, Big Finish outfit, and Time War outfit. So yes, as you can see, it has a brief description of the different costumes, and it has a description of the 8th Doctor as well. But yeah, we won't dwell on this too much because it's the same as the rest of the sets, really. It's just the information on the back. But yeah, let's take a look at the actual figures. Here is the set out of the packaging. And yeah, this is 100% my favourite B&M set from this year. Well, so far. And it's absolutely fantastic. It's the 3 different versions of the 8th Doctor in the signature outfits that he has worn. All of them have been heavily improved from the previous versions that we've had in the past. And yeah, I'm very excited to show you all of them in detail, and I've also got the previous versions of these figures so that we can do a comparison of the two. So yes, let's start off with we'll go in time order. So let's start off with the TV movie 8th Doctor. So starting off with the 8th Doctor, and he's in his signature look from the TV movie with the green velvet coat with the lighter green lapels on it and the sort of goldy coloured waistcoat, sort of browny speckled trousers and brown shoes. I'm gonna bring in the original version that was released in the 11 Doctors set a very long time ago, just so that you get the comparison of the two, and it's a massive difference. So first of all, the 11 Doctor set version was ridiculously orange in colour when it comes to his skin. His hair was too dark. Ignore some of the scuff marks, it's a very old figure, but the trousers were grey on the old one, whereas they should be sort of a browny kind of colour. They've added speckled details on the new trousers, whereas the other ones were just plain. It used to have black shoes, whereas now it has brown shoes. The buttons are now a metallic colour rather than a lighter green. And the lapels are the right colour. On the old one, they used to be brown, and they should be a lighter velvet green. The other thing I do love about this is the wash in the hair and the lighter colour in the hair. It really looks perfect. It's the ultimate TV movie 8th. The only thing I would criticise is that I'm not a huge fan of the kind of red sort of detailing around the eyes. It makes him look like he's ill, and I'm not a huge fan of that. I think it works on older figures, and I would, from a like customizing point of view, I would do it on an older figure. but because he's, you know, he's quite young when he was the Doctor at this point, it doesn't look right to me. The only other thing that I could say that's a slight criticism is that on the 11 Doctor set one, it has the pattern on the waistcoat, whereas this one is just one standard sort of bronzy gold colour, which is a bit of a shame. It would have been nice to have had that detail in there, but I also appreciate this is a budget figure set, so it's not going to have the most detail in it. But yeah, honestly, a great improvement. If anything, one of the reasons to get this set is because the original 8th Doctor is quite hard to come by now, and this version is just far superior to the old one. But yeah, let's take a look now at the Dark Eyes 8th Doctor. So here is the Dark Eyes 8th Doctor, which has only been done recently, but is back again in a refreshed version. And yeah, it is a lot better than the previous one. So to start off with, it's got the satchel bag, which the previous one didn't. And again, just like the other ones I've done so far, I am going to put the other one in as a comparison. Ooh, I'm having trouble getting into that. So here we go. So this version of the 8th Doctor that I've just put in is the one from, it's the kind of second release of the Dark Eyes 8th Doctor, which had a weathered coat, and yeah, it's different in subtle ways but perfect ways. It does look good. So the new coat feels a lot more leather than the previous one. Just, I don't know, the dark colour just looks right to me. The jeans are slightly darker, the boots are a lot darker, and this one has bronze buttons rather than gold. Also, the paint app has been refreshed and it looks 10 times better. The other one was a bit too sort of, it had too much of a red tone to it, as you can see. It was a bit too pinky rather than being sort of flesh colour. Whereas the new one is a lot more closer to Paul McGann's skin tone, and just the deco of the eyes, eyebrows and mouth are so much more crisper and better than that original Dark Eyes 8th Doctor. The one thing I will say, which is always going to be the same critique, is that it's a shame it doesn't have the collar up on it, and it's not done up like it is in the actual costume. But again, it's a budget line, so we're only going to get repaints here, and it's fine. It does look good. The other thing I do really like on it is the dark wash in the hair. I think it just adds a little bit more characteristic to it and a bit of texture, and I think that does look absolutely fantastic. But yeah, anyway, let's move on to the Night of the Doctor 8th Doctor figure. This one, I think, is probably the most important figure in this set. It's the one that's the hardest to come by nowadays, and this version of it is so much better than the last one that we got. So yeah, definitely the standout of the set. The coat is a new cut. Well, all of it's a new colour, really. Let's get the other one into the picture. One thing you will have to excuse when it comes to comparing them both is that I have actually drawn on stubble. Well, I've painted on stubble on my old one. So ignore the stubble because that wasn't on the original figure. But yeah, so it is interesting how literally one of them looks like, well, the older one looks like it has a filter on it. It's weird. It doesn't look right when you compare the two now. The new one is just so much more authentic with the colour scheme and all of the colouring on it. It's so much more realistic to what he actually wore in the Night of the Doctor. It's got lovely darker boots. The trousers are just as dirty as before. They're not actually that much different The waistcoat is in that gorgeous gold rather than that harsh bronze, and the coat is in a much darker green, but a suitable green. When you compare the reference pictures of it, it does look like that. The other thing is that the shirt is dirtier, the tie is darker, and the paint job on the head is a lot crisper, has a better colour on it. It's a darker brown like Paul McGann has, but it does have that lovely lighter wash throughout the hair. So yeah, honestly, a fantastic figure. I'm not doing the articulation on these because they are exactly the same as the previous versions. There's no difference at all. And I feel like, you know, it takes up a lot of time doing articulation when I think most people have an idea of what the articulation's like on a re-release. But yeah, let's take an overall look at the set. So overall, an absolutely incredible figure set. My favourite one from this wave. The variants are just all so much more improved. And it's nice to get that 8th Doctor, Night of the Doctor figure a lot more available, because last time it was very, very hard to find. So it's nice that we've got this to, you know, for customizers and everything. I mean, for me, I know certainly I'm already planning on doing a young War Doctor regeneration figure using a Ninth of the Doctor spare with a War Doctor head that I've designed myself. I'm very excited to work on that and show you all later down the line. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Please do buy these sets. You know, I know they're not the most perfect sets, and people are obviously going to want brand new sculpts and new figures, but you all do keep the line going for character, and the more people buy, the more likely we are to get new figures, because that interest is there and they know that they're going to make that profit from it, and they can splash out on new molds and new sculpts and everything. So yeah, please do buy these sets. They're fantastic. I'm so excited to put them in my collection and to use spares for customs and everything. So yeah, please like and subscribe. Please comment and tell me what you'd like to see me do in the future, and I will see you all soon. Ta-ra! Hello, one last thing. In the editing process, I realised I've completely missed this out, so I did want to add it in. So I'd like to say a huge thank you to Anthony Fagan, who helped me to get these sets. He gets these sets in bulk from his local B&M, who order them in especially for him. So it doesn't affect the allocated stock to his store, so they'll still have the same amount put on shelves. It just so happens that they get extra boxes to give directly to him to buy. And he then sells them to Whovians who are unable to get to B&M stores, you know, for any reason. They could be in another country, or their stores just simply don't stock them. So yeah, I'd like to say a huge thank you to him for helping me get these sets. I will put a link down below to his Facebook page too, where he shares updates whenever he gets the new sets in. And if you just drop him a DM, he should be able to help you out if he does have them in stock. So yeah, a huge thank you to Anthony, and yeah, thank you and goodbye.